Hello and welcome to Mac Tech Tutorials. Today we are going to look at how to manage the resources on your computer. Now, the resources on your computer are basically the hardware that runs your computer, like your memory, your processor, and your hard drive. And you have to be aware of your hardware's limits. And if you're doing a particularly tough task on the computer, such as having it render video or video editing, photo editing of some sort, big files, it's important that you see the resources on your computer, and it's important that you can really see how much you have left to use. So the Mac has this feature built in, it's called Activity Monitor. So we're going to go to Spotlight here and search Activity Monitor. Activity Monitor, you can see that right there. Alright, now you're going to start out with this, and you can see how much of your CPU or your processor that you're using. And up here you can see all the processes that are going on in your computer, like you can see Activity Monitor, and how much memory it's taking up, and how many threads it's taking up, and how much percent of the CPU it's taking up. You can also see that for other things like the Finder, and you can also see what percent the system is using, and what percent you're putting it on, like what percent you're doing. Like it's going to be much higher. Like if you're like video editing, I've seen it in about the 75th percentile if I'm video editing. But on older Macs, I've seen it around 85 for standard definition, and this one can render in 1080p at around 75%. So it kind of depends on how old your hardware is, what that number is going to be, because I have 3 Macs and I can kind of compare between them. Next, your RAM. Mine has 8 gigs of total RAM. You can see how much is being used by the operating system and your applications right here. For active, you can see how much that is, and you can see how much is being used. Disk activity, you can see how many reads and writes. This is important if you have an SSD. And you can see the data written and data not written. And for me, the green is data read, and the red is data written. Okay, so disk usage, you can see your usage of each hard drive, or SSD, it's demonstrated here. So this is my SSD, and it has 214.88 left. You can see on a little pie chart how much you've left and how much you've used. So if I go into my second hard drive, I've used 11.85, and that leaves me with 988.1, which is basically 988. And you can see on that little pie graph again how much that is. And you can see how much data you've sent through your network, and the data sent, and the data received. So basically, that's a basic overview of Activity Monitor. Thank you for watching, and subscribe.